This was an aggravated assault report. This incident happened around 10:15 a.m. yesterday morning the report happened at a business near 10th and Cliff where an employee had been notified by a man who walked in that he'd been stabbed. The employee then called police and then reported that the man who had walked in had an obvious laceration to his face. Officers arrived on scene and began the investigation, and the man was taken to the hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. The initial investigation involved trying to figure out exactly where this incident took place and also possible suspects that were involved. The male who had been stabbed reported that he'd been at a residence earlier that morning near 6th and Fairfax. Inside the residence, he was with 3 other people. The male did report that there was a man and woman that were inside the residence with him, and some type of argument had taken place inside the residence. The man who was stabbed reported that he then exited the residence, went out into the alley where a female and a male had followed him outside. The female suspect in this case had a knife in her hand and had swung at the male victim several times before eventually stabbing him once in the face. The victim reported that the man who had also came out with the female had then punched him several times as well. He eventually went to the ground, and then when he came back to, he stated that both the male and female suspects were no longer on scene. Again, the investigation is still ongoing at this point. We do have a potential description of the suspects. The male victim described the female as wearing a red sweater. The male also was wearing a red sweater and had black pants. So she'll try to figure out exactly what led up to the assault, the argument that took place before, and who the suspects are. So there's no arrests at this point in this case. So.